Hi guys, David Nemeroff with Aikido Masters Self-Defense Academy here, and I wanted to talk to you today about the idea of Aikido with regards to pacifism versus effectiveness in the street. There's a lot of controversy as to whether or not Aikido is really effective, and so I wanted to kind of discuss this a little bit. Because Morihei Ueshiba, who's the founder of Aikido, he kind of had a vision for creating an art of peace. Okay. However, what you have to remember is that he studied many combat systems. The most famous for him being Daiteryu Aikijujutsu, which was a samurai art headed by Sokaku Takeda. And after studying these combat methods, he wanted a more compassionate art. Okay. However, as I see it, I think some people misconstrue his message. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I wasn't there. I didn't meet him. But, you know, some people have taken this kind of pacifist philosophy with regards to Aikido. And, you know, so when you look at the art, as some people have evolved it, it's more focused on, you know, learning how to flow with the attacker and how to blend and unify the movement, and it becomes this graceful kind of exercise, you know. However, in order to be a martial art, it has to have a level of combat efficacy. Okay, so and I think Morihei Ueshiba knew this. Again, I think that some people maybe misconstrued his message, you know. And again, this is just my opinion. However, you know, an attacker on the street is not going to have a pacifist philosophy. They're going to come at you. They're going to try and hurt you, if not kill you. And so you need to defend yourself. You cannot limit yourself with a pacifist philosophy. And let me say this also. I don't believe you are truly a pacifist if you don't know how to first hurt or even kill. Okay? Pacifism is a choice. If you don't have the ability to defend yourself effectively, if you don't have the ability to hurt others, and I'm not saying you should want to hurt others, that shouldn't be the goal, but you're not truly a pacifist if you don't have that ability. Pacifism should be a choice. Otherwise, it's just fear disguised as benevolence. Okay, so you know, so again, a mugger isn't gonna be limited to being a pacifist. So you're already at a disadvantage if you go in with this philosophy. The philosophy that I kind of believe is what I call restoring the balance. So what I mean by this is this: whatever needs to be done to restore a sense of safety, a sense of self-defense, and the ability to live your life without harm, that is restoring the balance. Okay? So if someone attacks you and you blend out of the way, take them down, and lock them up on the ground so that they can't attack you and they submit, then that's restoring the balance. So in that regard, you don't have to, once they're under control, start kicking them in the head, punching them multiple times, stabbing them. Okay? At the same regard, if you have someone who is on drugs and is trying to kill you, and the only way to survive is to kill them first, that is restoring the balance. Okay? That is what's necessary. So Aikido should use strikes. It should have joint locks that create pain, or you know, at least control them, pain compliance. Okay? So whatever is needed at that moment to survive and to be safe, that's what needs to be done. So to think that I'm going to, or you should preserve the attacker and not put an armbar on them because it might hurt them is kind of ridiculous. If the only way to stop someone with a knife is to put them in an armbar and break the arm, then that needs to be done. However, the point that I'm making is you don't have to be excessive. You don't have to celebrate it. Okay? We shouldn't want to have an aggressive attitude and hurt for the sake of hurting. We want to survive. We want to have the right to be happy. We have the right to be safe and protect our loved ones. So once that becomes challenged and that becomes at risk, then we must do what's needed in order to restore that. Okay, so Aikido should, when you train, have a street effective mindset. You should go in thinking this person is not going to blend so beautifully, and you may need a strike first to loosen them up so that you can redirect their momentum and throw them or lock them up. Training should be challenging. It should not be compliant all the time. So if your partner always just goes for you, then it's not realistic. In real Aikido, there are going to be times where the attacker, whether it be in class or elsewhere, is going to resist. That's how you learn how to deal with a real attack. Okay. However, what you got to remember is that when you see a martial artist take a break fall, when someone is applying a wrist lock or a throw to them, it is because if they don't do that, that can cause injury to the joint. It can cause bodily injury to the bone, and so we go in order to prevent injury. However, we don't go unless the technique would really work, unless there's some sort of indicator, for instance, some sort of pain or something on the wrist that lets us know if we do not, yield to the technique, then, it would cause injury. So, it's self-preservation in that regard as well. But to go when there is no indicator that there is an effective technique, then you're not doing justice to your partner or to the system. So keep in mind that there's got to be a level of realism in the dojo in order to expect to have real results on the street. Okay? So you should always, in a martial art, have that in the back of your mind, that you want effective training, you want real training. It has to be challenging, and you have to become comfortable in the uncomfortable. What I always tell my students is that if you're always feeling like, oh, this is so easy, or I can do this, and you don't ever feel that, wow, that was close feeling, then you're never evolving. You have to become comfortable in those uncomfortable situations, so then when a real situation happens, our mind is focused, we're acclimated, and we don't freak out. Okay? So always push yourself to evolve. Okay? Be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Okay? And restore the balance. It's necessary sometimes that we defend ourselves. Okay? We just don't want to celebrate it. We don't want to brag and go to the point where we send the person to the hospital when we really already controlled the situation, well before then. That's what I see as the Aikido philosophy. Okay? So thank you for your time, and restore the balance and enjoy life. Thank you.